Bonjour. Today I will be teaching you the definite articles in French. And basically, what a definite article is in English the word the. And I always try to tell my students that you are like indefinite, you kind of see the word define. You're defining, which, like, oh, what do you want? Oh, I want the pen or the purple pen. You're kind of defining which one you want. It's not just a pen, it's not any pen. You want the pen, the one on your desk, the purple one, the biggest one, the smallest one, whatever. You want the one. So I will use school supplies to talk about definite articles since they're usually taught as kind of one of the first sets of nouns that French students learn. So um, I always recommend drawing a little grid here, just like that. And if you want to label it masculine and feminine, and then singular and plural, then we'll go through it that way. So basically, if it's masculine and singular, you will use the word le. This is pronounced le. And so a good example of that will be like le crayon, which means the pencil. Le crayon. For a feminine singular word, you will use la. So le and la. So an example of that would be la gomme, which means the eraser. The eraser. La gomme. If it's masculine and plural, you will use les. So this is le, la, les. So I'll just simply make crayon plural and make it les crayon. So now the pencils. So this is le crayon, les crayon. So there's a slight difference to the sound. Le, les. If it's feminine and plural, you also use les. So I'm just going to make la gomme plural. Sorry, that is a E. Les gomme, which means the erasers. Les gomme. And the only other thing that you need to know with definite articles is that for both the masculine and the feminine, if your item starts with a vowel or the letter H, usually H is like a soft silent letter, then for both of these you could use L apostrophe. L apostrophe. So an example of that kind of with school supplies is l'ordinateur. L'ordinateur starts with a vowel, l'ordinateur, and it means the computer. L'ordinateur. So it starts with a vowel. And another example with the H. L'horloge means the clock. And it starts with the H and it's pronounced l'horloge. So notice how the H is silent and my L sound just carries on to the O. L'horloge, the clock. Always a frustration when learning this for any English speaker who is learning French. I always hear from my students, they say, how do you know if it's masculine or feminine? How do you know that it's le crayon and not la crayon? Or instead of la gomme, you might think it's le gomme. The only way, I hate that it is this way, but this is just the way it is that you have to memorize it. As you learn each noun, as you learn each item, each vocabulary word, you have to learn if it's masculine or feminine. And that can be a lot of memorization, a lot of frustration as you know, remembering this giant list and if it's le or la. But I always try to tell my students this: don't fret, don't worry. If you happen to say la crayon, or if you said le gomme, most of the time, if you're talking to a French speaker, they would know what you mean, and it would just sound a tiny bit different than the right way. So, for example, in English, if I said, "Oh, I be so happy today," you can hear that's not right, but you know exactly what I mean. And so don't get frustrated, super frustrated, if you can't remember that an item is masculine or feminine. That comes with time, that comes with memorization, and that comes with practice. But just keep on trying and have fun with French. So that's my little lesson on definite articles. Thanks for watching.